Old age is coming for our necks. Hi everyone, and yes, today we are going to be talking about tightening the neck. I dedicated myself at the beginning of this year to try a bunch of stuff, so that you don't have to try and tighten up my neck. And I am here to tell you the results, things that worked, things that didn't, things that work okay, and things that were just like, no. So if you want to know more about tightening that neck, keep watching. Hi, my name is Cheryl, and I make videos about healthy aging, green beauty, and natural living. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, please subscribe, because we'd love to see more of you around here at Free Range Diva. So I did this video last year, near the end of last year, that I almost didn't post it, but I had to because of the company that I was working with. But my neck was looking pretty rough. And speaking of looking rough, so I knew that something had to be done. So I took a picture at the end of December as a before, and between then and June of this year, I tried several different treatments, regimes, products to see if I could see some improvement in my neck. Yeah, we're being serious here because this is something that so many of us struggle with, and it can be due to so many different factors. It can be sun exposure, skin laxity, aging, hereditary, genetics. In my case, it's all of the above. And so I hope that if I show you and tell you what I've been doing, then maybe it'll help you with, your own neck love-hate relationship. So I've got products and I've got a story to tell. So I'm going to try and lump everything into different categories. First, I want to show you a before and after. In the before, you can see there's a softness in the neck. It's kind of just low-hanging fruit. And then in the after, it may look a little bit similar, a lot similar, but when you look really close, I'll put an arrow where you can see the indentation of muscle underneath as the skin was starting to tighten up. The first was taken in December, the second was taken in June. So now you see what I'm dealing with. So I'm going to break this video up. So we'll start this with what I think worked, what kind of worked, what didn't work. We'll have those different categories, as well as maybe things where the jury is still out. And then the last thing I'm going to talk about is what I recently did. I recently took it to the next level and went and had radio frequency done. So we'll talk about that after we go through what I did from January to June to make that little bit of improvement. So starting with what worked. Face yoga. Yep. There is a channel here on YouTube called Face Yoga Expert. She has several different exercise routines. They're all relatively short, no more than 6 to 8 minutes. And I definitely could see that these muscles are tightening, and I'll show you what I mean. So this is my neck at rest. When I tighten the muscles, watch what happens. Now, as you build up those muscles and they continue to tighten, they pull the skin up. They pull that area up. The only downside to doing face yoga and any other types of facial exercises that you might try is that if you stop, it all falls down again. Everything, because if you don't use a muscle, it just fades away. So it's a commitment, but it's a commitment I'm willing to do and that I enjoy doing. The next group are things that enhance and that work to make the neck actually look better, to make the skin look better and feel softer. And so we're going to start with this tool called a guasa stone. This is a rose quartz one. They come in different shapes and different designs and sizes, but they're designed to fit around the face. And the idea behind this is lymphatic drainage, as well as bringing nourishing blood to the area so it increases blood flow. And so for me, this just feels really, really good to do at the end of my skincare routine in the evening, because the last thing that I put on is an oil, so that the slip of the oil allows you to move this tool this way around the face. And again, the idea is lymphatic drainage and really getting the juices, the blood into this area. And by doing that, by getting blood flow into the area, it helps to build collagen, which is the ultimate result. That's what we want when it comes to tightening. We want to get the skin and the skin underneath to start increasing the collagen production. So gua sha stone, it's not necessary, but I really enjoy doing it. So that's why I do it. Next, neck creams. And this is something that I did not appreciate until I started using it. This is from City Beauty. This is their multi-action sculpting cream. It's a thick cream. As you can see, I've really gotten into that. I've really gotten into it and used a lot. It's a beautiful consistency. It's a joy to use. It really hydrates the area, and it has firming products in it. Now, whether or not this, you can get this deep enough into the skin to actually firm, I can't say. What I can say is that this keeps the area hydrated and moisturized. And what I will do is at the end of, I will save how I use this for the end when I talk about the maintenance, my maintenance routine right now. So, but this has been really, really good, really important. And City Beauty sent me a bunch of stuff to try, and this is the only thing that I know that I will buy myself when this runs out. Along those lines of keeping the skin looking its best and feeling its best is chemical exfoliation. I have really sensitive skin. Chemical exfoliation and I usually don't get along, especially in this area. But this one from Eyelet, this is their Aegean Resurfacing Mask, has just been so good for me to even out the tone of the skin, to help it to look better. It goes on like a gel. It's very lightweight. You leave it on 10, 15, 20 minutes. I've left it on. I have had no irritation, but what it does is that it just helps this area just look more youthful because it's all even and you're bringing fresh skin cells to the surface. And then finally, the last thing that I'm generously keeping in this kind of list is derma rolling. This little tool right here, this derma roller. I have heard that this can do everything from lifting, tightening, building collagen, firming, getting rid of wrinkles. What I have found in my experience, and I use a 0.25, you can get this in needle. You can get these needles in 0.5 up to 1, I think, for at-home use. The problem with it's not a problem. The reality of using a 0.25 on any part of your skin is that it's not going to penetrate deep enough to do anything for you as far as collagen is concerned. If you go to a dermatologist or an esthetician and have this done in office, they use I think they use like a punch. They don't use these roller type things, but the needles that they use are designed to get further into the skin to actually start doing something for building collagen. However, just in terms of making these lines around my neck less noticeable, I can say that yes, this is definitely doing something to help that. And so I continue to use it. It may not firm, it may not tighten, but at least the lines here are not quite so, I don't know what, they're not so obvious. They seem to be softened. And this is actually worked for me for that. So I'll take it. You know, I'll take softening of the lines around the neck. It's better than nothing at all. And then under the category of really didn't work for me at all are the silicone patches. Now, using them on the neck and the face, wherever, when you take them off, it looks beautiful. You can see the tightening. You know, the area looks firmer, it looks tighter. 2 hours later, though, you're right back where you started. And that was sort of my experience. I really devoted myself to using patches for about a solid month just on this area, as often as I could. But it just became frustrating after a while, because if it did anything in terms of collagen production, it was so subtle. And really, again, you got to get deep into the skin, beneath the surface of the skin, to really do anything, to really have any kind of impact on collagen production. So I guess if you're going to an event and you want the area to look really nice for a couple of hours, for a few hours, okay. But in terms of long-term effects, I didn't see any. Now, I know a lot of people that love these. In fact, I had a video where I presented some on my channel, but I had to take it down because I couldn't stand behind it. But there are those that love them, that use them, and that recommend them because that instant gratification when you first take them off. If you're one of those, then I'm sorry. And please let me know if you are seeing long-term effects. I really want to know about it. And if enough people say that they are seeing long-term effects from those products, then maybe I'll give it another try. Another thing that I want to throw out there is at-home devices. I'm skeptical only because they don't penetrate deep enough to do anything. And the reason I could say this is because I have a doctor that did my fillers when I got them. And so I called her office and asked for a consultation. And I did go in and I had radio frequency. I had my first radio frequency treatment. So why don't we just jump to that and I'll tell you what that was like. So yes, I went and had radio frequency done by, she's an ophthalmologist and an esthetician, both. So she does both in her practice. So I talked to her and she said that she would do, she recommended Pelleve treatments for me. It's radio frequency and it gets deep below the skin. Pelleve has been FDA approved to tighten the skin. So she said there would be no downtime, that it would not affect me negatively because of the melanin in my skin, and that it wouldn't hurt. So I did go and have it done. It is going to take 3 treatments, so I did about a month apart. So I've had one done, and in a couple of weeks I go in for my second treatment. But well, by the time this video goes up, it'll be a week away from my second treatment. And then we'll schedule a third, and then by Christmas we should have something really exciting to talk about. So on the day that I went, I filmed a quick video right afterwards just so that my thoughts would be fresh. So I'm going to show you that right now and then come back and we'll talk more about my thoughts. So I just got back. I just got done with having the Pelleve neck tightening treatment done. And wind. And so I wanted to talk about it while it's still fresh. I don't know if you can see my neck. It's still a little bit pink, I think. Let me see here. No, it's not too bad, but it was like a heat treatment, and there were a couple of times where the heat was a little bit uncomfortable, but she adjusted. They used numbing cream and gel, and yeah, to me, there was a moment where it felt like I could feel my neck tightening, especially in this area right here. So what she recommended is that I go home and get a lot of moisturizer on it twice a day for about a week or so, and then we'll come back. I'll be back in a month and we'll have it done again. But getting proactive about the neck. So let's hope this works. So the radio frequency energy is used to stimulate collagen below the surface of the skin. It's a hot treatment. It feels like a hot stone massage. It feels really, really good actually when it's going on. It just feels relaxing. Unless, and you might think that nothing that feels that great is going to work, but she used a numbing cream and a gel before she applied the tool, and when she hit a spot where either there wasn't enough numbing cream or it had been rubbed away, you could feel it. I could feel it. It felt like, imagine opening an oven door to remove a hot casserole that had been baking without any oven gloves on. It burned, and you can, I mean, it really burned. And so she she told me, don't try and tough it out. If it burns, just let me know. I'm not here to hurt you or burn you. It just means I need to apply a little more cream. And thumbs up for painless procedures. They use a mat. They apply a mat to your back, and that is used to ground you during the treatment. And any jewelry that you have on, you have to remove. And then they go for it. And like it took about 15 minutes. It felt so good I could have fallen asleep, dozed off while she was doing it, except for those couple of times when I was made aware that this was not something to play around with. By the end, I could actually feel it doing something underneath this area. It was like I could feel the skin constricting or the muscles constricting, or something under there was tightening. I could feel it. Many people see immediate results when it's over. I did feel like I could see a little bit of tightening here right afterwards, and the idea is you stimulate the collagen, and then over the next several months, or in this case weeks, the collagen starts to build and your skin starts to tighten. And then before you lose that reaction, you go back and you have another one done, and then finally a third one done. Had to take a break and turn on the fan. Hope you can't hear it, but if you can, that's the white noise in the background. All right, where was I? Because there's no prescription medication needed, you can resume your normal activities right after. You can drive yourself home. As I said, you feel fine. Some people feel like they look so much better afterwards that they will schedule their appointments before they're going to go out to an event or out to dinner or something, so that you can have that maximum kind of benefit. I had just the neck done and the lower part of the jowl, but this treatment is approved for wrinkles anywhere on the face. And so if you have like eye wrinkles, for example, you will see dramatic results with this treatment. The before and afters are quite amazing. As far as care immediately after it was over, before the treatment, you wash your face. You have to wash your face there. And then they do the treatment. And then afterwards, they will wash off the gel and the cream. And then I just applied my sunblock because I was on my way home. And for the first couple of weeks, you have to be really diligent about keeping that neck area out of the sun. So sunblock, hats, scarves, whatever you have to do, because you have traumatized the area a little bit. You don't want to reverse everything that you've done to get that neck looking better. She also stressed that I use some sort of a neck cream 2 times a day to keep that area really moisturized and hydrated. So in the morning, I will do my regular skincare, which includes cocktailing these 2 serums over the area. This is the Skin Diva serum and my Herbivore Bakuchiol. This is the argireline matrixyl peptide serum, and this is their Bakuchiol retinol alternative serum. So I put these together and do them after I've cleansed my face, and then I apply this, the City Beauty neck cream, and then follow up with a sunscreen. That's in the morning. At night, I again cleanse the area and cocktail in the Skin Diva again, along with this retinol serum that I have been trying from my shell. Then once that's done, the neck cream goes on again, and then I slather my neck with an oil. And I like this Phoenix oil I have from Herbivore, because this has a botanical retinol in it, but any oil will do. Any oil or balm will do to really lock in the ingredients in your neck cream. And honestly, it makes a difference. It makes a difference between me waking up with a neck that looks better than normal versus a neck that looks like a craggy hellscape. But it's better than turkey neck, a term that I absolutely despise. Besides, craggy hellscape is cinematic. Anyway, the only other thing that I can add to this is she mentioned to me about diet, making sure that you're getting protein, maybe some collagen in your diet, so I assured her that I was. But however, a couple of weeks before I went in for the treatment, I had come across some studies about a particular type of collagen from pork that had been used and that the women were reporting these really amazing results as far as skin tightening. I mean, really dramatic improvement. The collagen was called Verisol, and they used 2.5 grams or 2,500 milligrams. So I got some, and I have been adding this in. Normally I take daily I take 5 grams of the perfect collagen. So I added in 2.5 grams of this to the, on top of that. So 7.5 grams total. This is by a company called True Nature. It's their Verisol collagen powder. To me, it felt like it was worth trying, and I needed to up my collagen intake anyway because I've started working out again, so I grabbed it. I'll talk more about this after I've used it for longer. I haven't used it quite a month yet. It's going to take a couple of months before you can really see any or expect to see those dramatic results. But hey, in a couple of months or a month or so from now, again, we may have more to talk about. Okay, everyone, I think that's going to wrap it up for today. If you enjoyed this video, then please give it a thumbs up. If you would like to subscribe, please do hit the notification bell so you don't miss a thing here at Free Range Diva. So until I see you in my next video, I'm wishing you all a wonderful day, a wonderful week. Take good care of yourselves, and I will talk to you again very, very soon. Hopefully with a tighter neck. Thanks so much. Bye.